This is Muhammad Aradi. This is an introduction to the installation of the Jira server. The first video. These are the layers of the technology, the component, hardware requirements, software requirements. The user interface, which we need at least a web browser, Chrome, Firefox, Safari or anything. Software requirements, HTML, CSS and JavaScript support. For the application layer we need a virtual machine, CPU memory and storage resources based on the workload we're gonna use. For us, of course, we used Azure. And for the software requirements, we used Windows Server. We installed it on the Azure virtual machine. And we also need Jira Server. For the database layer, we need a SQL database. We used Azure SQL database. We can use any other version of the of an SQL database. For software requirements, we use Microsoft SQL Server. For the infrastructure layer, Azure Virtual Network or VNet. We need also network connectivity, Azure Load Balancer or Application Gateway, Azure Monitor, Azure Backup. For the software requirements, we need Azure Subscription, Azure Virtual Network Configuration, Azure Load Balancer, Azure Application Gateway Configuration, Azure Monitor Setup and Configuration, and Azure Backup Setup. Here, as you can see, we have the deployment view. This is the Microsoft Azure. We created the SQL database, Microsoft SQL Server. This is the database. It goes through the Microsoft Azure to the public IP address to the virtual machine we created, and we installed the Jira server inside of it, and the information goes right through the database to the Jira server. Hello, this is Muhammad Aradi. I will be showing you how to install a Jira server. First of all, you have to create a virtual machine through Azure services. You go on create a virtual machine. You fill in the requirements, as you can see. You choose in the Windows server you want, or whatever the operating system you choose. For me, I chose the Windows server. As you can see, this is the version of the Windows server I chose. You fill in all the requirements like the username and password. So you can log in into it later from the RDP. Here you just click on next. You keep it as default. I chose the wrong group, which I will be correcting right now, and so I did. Now it's good to go. Just click on create. As you can see, the virtual machine is ready. We just copy in the public ID that is given, and we log in through the remote desktop connection. We use the username and the password we created for the virtual machine itself. And so the virtual machine is ready. As you can see, it started. Now, as for the Jira installation, we go to the official link and official download link, and we choose the operating system we want. As you can see, we chose the Windows 64-bit, and now it's downloading. It will take just some time. As you can see, the Jira server is downloaded. You run it as administrator to install it. We click on next. And you just wait. After the installment, the Jira software will be ready to launch. Here, as expected, it is not an error, but it takes time to reflect on the local host after install. After the application is installed, it will take time to reflect on the local host. Oh, so as you can see, it started now. So there will be option to set it up myself or for Jira to set it up for me. I'll set it up myself because I want it to be on my own database that I will be creating. Here we will create a database through Azure. We just fill in the requirements here. And it's ready to be created. Next. Now we just create it. We created the database through Azure, and now we have to copy the information of the database to the Jira server. And here we choose Microsoft SQL Server and the information we copied. And for the port, it's 1433 by default, as it is a Microsoft SQL Server which is already configured in the firewall rule, which allows this port number through TCP. And we fill in the other information, which are the username and the password, and we click on next. Here we also fill the information. We have to sign up for the Jira server. Create an account. As you can see, I will sign in through Google Gmail. This is after I signed in, and they will give me a trial key. and then I can proceed to the Jira server. As you can see, this is the trial key or the license key. Here we set up an administrator account. This is after I set it up. I don't want any email notification, so I choose on later. And next. Here I got this error, so I had to start up the Jira server through the command prompt, as you can see. Type in the commands. Start it up after I type in the command to start it up again. And here everything is ready. The Jira server is set up. This is the end of the part 1 video. Thank you.